Subscribe now. EU Debates.
Thank you for all the pledges made so far and for all the efforts that you have been making before. At the same time, I want to urge you to work even closer with our government and the government of Ukraine. We are in permanent daily contact with Denis, with President Zelensky. Our logistics system is allows for much more efforts, much more efficient delivery of humanitarian aid. And we are able to reach out even the most remote areas of the country, which Denis can confirm, because we are doing this every day. Deliveries of lorries, trucks going from our southeastern part of Poland to all the cities and towns in Ukraine. And let us not forget also about the refugees who were forced to leave Ukraine. Everyone seeking shelter in Poland is receiving housing, food, healthcare, free public transportation and free schooling for children. We refused to create permanent refugee camps, opting for full integration of refugees with our society, at least at this juncture, as long as they want to be with us. And of course, we all hope for them to be able to go back to Ukraine as soon as possible. This is a more costly approach, but much more sustainable and much more humane. With enormous help of millions of Polish families, we are able to create a welcoming and open environment, allowing all the refugees to find their second home in our country. Today, I can declare that Poland will continue the support for Ukrainian refugees with no less than equivalent of additional 3.4 billion euro till the end of this year. The money will be spent on subsidizing accommodation, family support programs, free public transports, and other means of support. On top of that, we will continue to provide free education, healthcare, and other public services, language courses, access to our labor market, and many others. In addition to our efforts at home, I'm glad to announce that Poland will deliver additional 100 million euro of humanitarian aid to Ukraine: food, medicine, hygiene products, housing units. These are these container type of towns which we already have built, several of those in Ukraine, and other equipment. While this conference is focused on the humanitarian aid, I don't want to omit the level of military support that Poland has been providing, worth over 1.6 billion euro only until today. This support will also continue and increase in every necessary and possible way. Last but not least, I want to underline that we all must increase pressure on Russia. Sanctions have to be severe. Poland will become fully independent from Russian gas and oil very soon. We have been already cut off Russian gas, as you probably might have heard 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago, because we didn't want to agree on paying in rubles. I call on all the European governments to follow, and I'm glad to see many of our government's proposals reflected in the sixth package of sanctions. Full embargo on Russian gas and oil are needed, with secondary sanctions that prevent from circumventing the ban. And we must ensure a full and permanent confiscation of Russian assets and federal reserves. This cannot be a taboo any longer. Full confiscation of Russian assets, Russian oligarchs, and Russian Federation. And this has to be dedicated for the recovery of Ukraine, reconstruction of Ukraine. Later today, we will be discussing the reconstruction of Ukraine. It is Russia that started this war, and Russia has to pay for its consequences. This requires bold political decisions. This requires courage and statesmanship. I strongly believe that we are capable of doing this. The time is now. Thank you for all the pledges. I have just received the final number, and I'm very glad to announce that all of us managed to mobilize $6.5 billion. These are pledges which were put And thank you. Also in all the videos which are available. Let us make sure that these funds reach Ukrainian people as quickly, as efficiently as possible. Today has shown that our support for Ukraine continues and that here is no selfishness among us. And it is a very good conclusion, because if selfishness wins, Putin wins. If unity wins, Ukraine wins, and we all win. This is the message I would like to leave you with. Once again, thank you for all your time and commitment, and let us celebrate that, and celebrate all Ukrainian heroes, in particular all Ukrainian heroes, with a round of applause. Thank you very much.
$6.5 billion.